Hello children, good morning. Welcome for today's biology class. So today we are going to continue hemichordata and chordata. So first let us study regarding hemichordata. So hemichordata, it consists of small group of worm-like marine animals. They show organ system level of organization. The symmetry is bilateral symmetry. These all are triploblastic and coelomate animals. So body is cylindrical and it composed of an anterior proboscis. Okay, this is proboscis, then collar, then later a long trunk. Okay, so this portion is the trunk portion. So like that they show this different structures. So the circulatory system, here it is no open type of circulatory system, means they are not having the specialized arteries, veins, etc. Here the respiration is through gills and the excretory organ, it is proboscis gland. The sexes are separate and the fertilization, it is external fertilization and the development is indirect type. Okay, an example for this is melanoglossus and sarcoglossus. So first let us study regarding chordata. This chordata, it is characterized by a presence of notochord, a hollow nerve cord and pharyngeal gill slits. So gills may not be shown in organisms, no, that is terrestrial organisms, they don't show the gill slits, but anyhow, so during embryonic development they show the gill slits. The symmetry is bilateral symmetry. These all are triploblastic animals and coelomate. They show organ system level of organization and we can observe the presence of a tail, that is post-anal tail. The system of circulatory system, it is closed circulatory system, means they show arteries, veins and all. So let us compare the chordates and non-chordates. So in the case of chordate, no, notochord is present. Non-chordata, notochord is absent. And the central nervous system is dorsal and hollow and single in chordates, and central nervous system is ventral, solid and double in non-chordates. Pharyngeal gill slits, no, they are perforated. Okay, the pharynx, it is perforated by gill slits. Pharyngeal gill slits, what you call that as. So in chordates you can see the gill slits are absent in non-chordates. Heart is ventral in chordates and it is dorsal in non-chordates. And chordates, they show post-anal tail. Here in non-chordates, post-anal tail is absent. Now let us study regarding the classification of chordata. So chordata are classified into three subphyla: Urochordata or Tunicata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. So Urochordata and Cephalochordata are called as protochordates. Urochordata, they show no notochord, but it is present only in larval tail. Example for this is Ascidia, Salfa, Doliolum are coming under this category. These all are marine organisms. Next, Cephalochordata. So here the notochord, it extends from head to tail region and it is persistent throughout their life. These all are marine organisms. Example, Branchiostoma, that is Amphioxus. The diagram is given below. It is coming under this category. You can see the nerve cord, okay, and fin-like structure, and notochord is there, and gill slits are there, and you can see the tail. Okay. So next let us study regarding Vertebrata. And Vertebrata, it possesses notochord during embryonic period. The notochord is replaced by cartilage or vertebral column in adult. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. Okay, so vertebrates means the notochord is converted into vertebral column. Okay, so it can be cartilaginous or bony. So this vertebrates, they have a ventral muscular heart with the chambers. It can vary 2 chambers or 3 or 4 chambers. The kidney is present for excretion and osmoregulation. They show appendages in the form of fins or limbs. Classification of Vertebrata. So when the Vertebrata, when they don't have jaw, you call them as Agnatha. When they bears jaw, you call that as Gnathostomata. So once again it can be classified, this Gnathostomata classified into two categories: Anthisis, that is fishes, and Tetrapoda. Tetrapoda, they bear no 4 legs. Tetra means 4, poda legs. Okay, so here tetrapods, amphibia, reptilia, aves, mammals are coming under this category. So in fishes, no, so when they possess cartilaginous structure, no, as endoskeleton, that you call that as chondriecthus. So when it is bony skeleton, you call that as osteichthyes. Okay, and Agnatha, it lacks jaw, it does not have jaw. So example, the class, no, that is Gnathostomata is coming under this category. So first let us see regarding the Cyclostomata. So the Cyclostomata, so this class, no, they all are ectoparasite. They live on fishes. So the elongated body, it has 6 to 15 gill slits, 16 sets of pairs of gill slits for respiration. The sucking circular mouth is there, but there is no jaw. Okay, they lacks jaw. So they lack the jaw. Jaw is not present. The absence of scale, they don't have any scales, and they don't show that fins. Okay, what it is in higher fish like organisms, no, the fins will be present. So here fins are not there. The cranium and vertebral column are cartilaginous, made up of cartilage. Circulation is closed type. They are marine, but they migrate for spawning to fresh water. Okay, then after spawning, no, within few days they die away, means after laying eggs. Okay, so they die away. So then larvae, no, after metamorphosis return to ocean. So example for this is pteromyzin and myxin, that is the hagfish, and this pteromyzin, they are lamprey, common name, they are coming into this category. Means these are no showing migration, but once only they will show migration. So then after laying eggs, no, so this, the female organism, they will die away. So this is no hagfish, and this is lamprey. Can you see the circular mouth here, and the gill slits are there, and the body, no, they are covered by mucus glands. So now it is over, children. So we are concluding up to this. Then tomorrow, next class, we will meet again. Thank you.